So
I'm with Rachel Walls this morning, who is the owner of Inspired Hygiene. And she is a consultant, and she is also the keynote speaker for the upcoming RDH event on March 17th and 18th. And if you got your copy of RDH magazine, you might have noticed her picture was on the cover of the issue, and she is presenting seminars along with several other speakers at RDH event. How are you doing, Rachel?
Doing great this morning. Thank you. How are you?
Good, good. The name of your seminar is called Finding Your Why. Can you tell me a little bit how you came up with that title?
Yeah, so what I have found in working with hundreds of dental professionals across the country is that, we all go to CE programs and we all learn great stuff, and then we go back to the office and we try to implement it, and then that's where the rubber meets the road. And that's often where things kind of break down. So we have good intentions, and then sometimes it sticks for a little while and then it kind of falls away. So what I discovered in my own life and with working with a lot of different folks is that we really have to discover what's the really strong reason why we're going to make a change, implement a new protocol, and really stick with it. And so in the seminar, I'm going to talk about kind of some of the ways to find your why, and also some of the strategies to how to make sure that we have all our bases covered when we're trying to make change. So we'll talk about a couple different concepts with that I think are eye-opening and will really help folks think as they're studying and learning in CE programs. Okay, so I'm hearing this. I agree with it. What does my heart say? How do I feel about this? And how am I going to communicate it to my patients? And then how am I going to make this stick once I get back into my practice?
Okay, so the course is about change, but it's not necessarily changing your career as much as it is making the situation you're in a better situation for you. Would you agree with that?
Absolutely. And, taking the things that you learn that you want to implement to make it better and figure out how to really make that stick.
Yeah. So do you feel like dental hygienists have trouble communicating or implementing strategies for the operatory?
Well, I think sometimes, again, we go to RDH Under One Roof and other great, conferences like that, and we come back with great ideas, and we get all jazzed up, and then we get back to the real world, and we're faced with obstacles like our schedule, maybe our team members or our doctor, haven't heard the same message that we heard, and it's hard for us to communicate to them why we're so excited. And then we get back into our comfort zone too with our patients, and sometimes we feel reluctant to share new things with our patients because they might feel like we're trying to sell them something. And so I think all those things happen for all of us. And so what I hope to do is give folks some strategies to overcome some of those, and also just kind of go in with your eyes open, knowing, okay, so let's say, for instance, it's time and you feel like we've got to really get serious about a perio protocol, and that's something we want to implement. Well, you're going to face some obstacles when you go back to the office, so we're going to talk about a few of those and things to look for and how to clear that out of the way.
Inspired Hygiene is, if I'm not mistaken, Inspired Hygiene is a lot of your clients are dentists, and you're working with them to create a better hygiene operatory in their offices. What do you think are some of the things that hygienists misunderstand about dentists in terms of what they would like to see their hygienist do?
That's an interesting question. And, I have to say that most of the clients that I work with, the doctors and the hygienists, have great relationships. And, we talk about profits, and we talk about production, and we talk about numbers. And maybe one of the misunderstandings might be that, he or she is really focused on the production, and I'm here really for my patients. And I think that maybe the misunderstanding could be that we don't, as hygienists, always understand the financial pressures that the doctors are under, just trying to keep the business open, keep the doors open so that everybody has a job and the patients have somewhere to come. And so what I try to communicate to folks is that the numbers of production really are just a gauge. It's a gauge for the value that we're delivering to our clients. And I will tell you that yes, I use, production and profits in a lot of my marketing and my messages because it does get attention from the doctors and from office managers and some hygienists. But every time I talk to a doctor and we're talking about me possibly coming into their office, they'll say, I know that what got me to call you was that I've seen production drop or it's kind of flatlined. But the bottom line is we really want to be doing the right thing for our patients. And I feel like it's time for us to really step up in that area. So I think that they're probably more on the same page than they know. It's just sometimes some of those employer-employee barriers get in the way.
Okay, well, thank you very much, Rachel. If you are interested in attending RDH event, we've got the information in the February issue of RDH. I apologize to Rachel and all listeners that I have a dog that's right over here that decided at this moment to start snoring. So
I don't even hear it, but that's funny.
The dog is apparently taking a good nap here. But anyway, thank you, Rachel.
Thank you. It's my pleasure. I look forward to seeing everybody soon at the event.